so many characters in the show. Who do you play and where does she fit into the story?
Okay, so I play Marigold Brandyfoot. She is a half-foot. She lives in the half-foot world. She fits in the story as the parent of Nori and the surrogate parent of Poppy, the two young half-foots, and I am wife to Largo, which is Dylan Smith.
Half-foots are the predecessors to dwarves. To hobbits. I'm sorry. To hobbits. Like, don't agree with me. So what was it like to discover those early origins? What was most surprising or fascinating to you?
It actually was both of those things, surprising and fascinating. I've read Tolkien from a young age, and I reread and love the movies and watch and and so to see what they had imagined for this early world was so interesting. And made such sense because they didn't just pull it out of the air. They thought so hard about it, and we talked so much about it. And I've got a journal with reams and reams and reams of notes and research on this world that we created. So I think it was both surprising, fascinating, joyous. I think that people will really enjoy the Half-Foot world. I really do. Yeah.
And the costumes for the Harfoots are just fantastic. It's just really different. What was it like wearing those? And did you have feet, like big prosthetic feet?
Yes, and we had the ears. Also, I have to be honest, I found out that I got a job on one of the biggest shows on the planet, and I got to the costume fitting, and I was like, what am I going to be wearing? This is going to be amazing. And then they put me in this massive, skirt, feet. I was covered in mud the whole time. So that was a bit of a bring to come down, but actually it ended up being so easy to find the characters because of all that. The prosthetic feet were actually really challenging at first, but we had this incredible team of people that helped us with them, kept refining them, which is what this show was like, refine. By the end, they became, I love this, they're singing in the background here, they became part of us, and we didn't want to take them off. Yeah.
They've given me everything I needed to remember.
Not yet. It's in my let's see. We've still got a few seasons to go, but yeah.
You mentioned you read the books, so we take on a character like this, and for all actors, there's a little bit of themselves in the character they play. What part of you as a character?
The mum. I have a 7-year-old, nearly 8-year-old, and the worries of motherhood and the challenges of motherhood very much is connected me and Marigold, but also Marigold's endless well of love for the people that she cares about. I very much connect to that. I think a lot of people do for their own families, so that meant a lot to me. And also, with the Halfwoots themselves, I connected to their sense of, despite hardship, they want to sing. They want to keep joyous. They want to keep going. And I very much connected to that.
I love the languages in Tolkien. There's so many different ones, and we're going to hear new ones or read new ones this time around. Have you picked up anything? Are you now bilingual, trilingual?
I have not, because I was in the Half-Foot world, and so we're not bilingual. But I've had the joy of listening to some of my castmates, just discovering whole languages and listening to them speak, and it's just incredible. That is one of my loves too, actually. Tolkien really fed my love of languages, and that transferred into, as an actor, I really love playing Shakespeare, for example. So yes, I very much relate to that myself. Yeah.
There's so much product on TV, so it's a competition now.
It is.
Obviously, the Lord of the Rings people remember, but nowadays, it's not going to be easy for anybody to try to read a long book. So what's the selling point of seeing this series? Those who are new to try to discover what this show is all about.
Well, first of all, I actually hope this show introduces a whole new generation of people to Tolkien that will encourage them. I mean, there's even actors on this show who were saying they weren't, didn't know the world of Tolkien. They saw the movies and then they went back and read the books and became crazy fans. I would really like the same thing to happen with this show. We are part of a big Tolkienverse that I hope this show introduces those people. You are right, there is a lot of content, but I do think that there is a lot in this show that will appeal to a massive section of people. And the commitment to bringing a great show to the screen will be so evident. I think it will find a massive fan base. I really, really do, despite the fact that there's a lot of competition.
And the second pieces are amazing, and I think I've heard that the design team really think about taking a lot of details in on the sets. Is there any particular detail you saw on your set that you're just like, wow, the design team really knocked it out of the park?
Yeah, the carts that we live in at the Harfoots are their homes. So you often when you get to a set, the outside of something is there, and then you go into it and it's empty, right? But these ones, they were full of detail as if we had lived in them our whole lives. There were things hanging off the walls. There were practical items to use if we wanted to, even if we didn't. They were there. There were bedrolls. There was, the pails that I go and get water. So all of that stuff, I think, is astonishing in terms of how much detail that the set designers wanted to bring to it. Everyone brought their absolute A game. And I really hope that there's some BTS behind-the-scenes stuff that shows all that. I'm sure there will be, because I think people really will be astonished. And I actually got to sneak onto the set of Numenor. There's some stuff in there that'll just blow your mind. Like, that was a real world. Like, that was not just a bit here, a bit there. It was like this massive edifice and it had like different guild designs, and like our Harfoot skirts were different from others. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
You mentioned relating as a mother to your character. What can you say about the Brandyfoots as a family, their journey this season?
These questions are so tricky. What can I say? They have lived a way of life for many generations. They expected that way of life to continue, and then something happens that upsets the balance of that. And part of the struggle is that there's some people in my family who are really ready to embrace the new, and there are some people like Marigold who are just trying to protect what we have. And I think that's where the challenges lie.
Thank you so much.